Eubank, and we will discuss. And I want to see it in 25.
What is your...
Any of them. I'll fight any of them, anytime, anywhere.
But who's the best matchup for you?
I want to challenge myself against the best in the world, and that's Usyk. Usyk has beaten Joshua, Usyk has beaten Tyson, Usyk has beaten Dubois. He's beaten everyone that's put in front of him, and I want to test myself again.
I wasn't expecting it to be announced today, but it is what it is. I'm not, you know, I've had a lot of media asking me my opinion of it today. It is what it is. I think on one side you have to understand the business of it.
And there it is, straight from Turkey.
And just like that, it's official. Straight from Turki Alalshikh himself, Usyk versus Parker is happening. The boxing world can barely hold back its excitement as December sets the stage for a monumental showdown. This isn't just another fight night. This is history unfolding. A clash so rare, so defining, that it feels like destiny taking center stage.
He's literally done it all. He'll be...
Yeah. Would you want Joseph Parker's name on your ledger, though?
I mean,
He's the last one,
possibly, maybe Parker is the only one, but
yeah.
I know on him he probably will. But if I was him, what he's done at cruiserweight, what he's done at heavyweight, he's cleaned out all the top guys, minus Joe Parker, because he hasn't had the opportunity yet. Now, I love Big Joe, but you would have to favour Usyk in a fight against Joe. If I'm Usyk, I don't even like this game. I hated this game. I'd have got out. I've done it. I've completed it. I've done it.
Yeah,
do you know what?
I might be making a U-turn now. I might be saying Parker, then retire.
Yeah.
Parker, then retire.
And the hype keeps building. Tony Bellew has already shared his opinion. And as always, he knows exactly what fans want to see. A real test for the pound-for-pound champion. By pushing for Parker to face Usyk, Bellew is voicing what many in the boxing world have been thinking all along. Parker may have earned the opportunity, but let's be clear. Stepping into the ring is one thing. Taking Usyk's crown is something else entirely.
He does. He deserves the fight, deserves the payday. But is anybody realistically giving Joseph Parker a chance against Oleksandr?
Carl Froch says it straight. Parker has worked hard and nobody can deny it. He's quick, tough, and always consistent. But when you line up achievements, Usyk's legacy shines on another level. Parker has earned the payday, sure, but has he truly earned the belief of the fans? Against Usyk, respect alone won't keep you standing.
Right now, because Joseph Parker is a guy who has the qualities and the experience that it would take to give Usyk the hardest time. Not saying he's gonna beat Usyk by no means, but he will give Usyk the hardest time with anybody. And if anybody, I think, if they said, Roy, you got to take one guy right now, put your money on against Usyk, who would it be?
When Roy Jones Jr. speaks, the boxing world pays attention. He's not declaring Parker the future champion, but he does acknowledge reality. Parker's mix of toughness and ring experience could make things awkward for Usyk. The problem is awkward isn't enough. Usyk has broken down bigger names, and history shows he only gets stronger under pressure.
Everybody wants to fight the best of their era. Hamza wants to fight Canelo. Joe wants to fight Usyk. We always want to challenge ourselves. Let's fight.
Andy Lee doesn't sugarcoat it. Beating Usyk isn't just about being strong. It's about timing, stamina, and mental toughness. Usyk is a master at spotting patterns. When an opponent slows down, that's when he strikes. Lee believes Parker has worked on closing those gaps. But is that enough? Usyk has been solving puzzles his whole career, from dominating cruiserweight to outclassing Anthony Joshua twice. Every adjustment from opponents has only become another lesson for him to use. For Parker, fixing flaws is progress. But with Usyk, even the smallest mistake could cost everything.
I believe wholeheartedly in my ability and what I can do in the ring. I have full confidence that give me a good camp or give me some time to put in the work with Andy Lee and George Lockhart. I want to come up with a good game plan, probably different to everyone else's one.
Then we hear from Parker himself. His words are calm, filled with quiet belief. No bragging, no exaggeration, just faith in his preparation and his team. With Andy Lee on tactics and George Lockhart on conditioning, Parker promises to bring something new. But history reminds us, belief alone has never been enough against Usyk. Fighter after fighter thought they had the answer, only to be broken down mentally and physically. Parker's confidence is admirable, but he's up against someone who thrives on unpredictability. Still, he steps into this challenge as a true contender, not just another opponent.
will. There's no one who's going to beat him. I just think technically, physically now, he's at the weight and he's adapted and he's adjusted. I mean, he's even adjusted and adapted his weight for this fight individually. I mean, he put on how much weight and slowed his actual feet down because Daniel Dubois.
And that's why Tony Bellew keeps reminding fans of one thing. Usyk is untouchable. His brilliance isn't just in his skills, but in how he adapts. Against Dubois, he purposely slowed down because he knew his opponent lacked speed. That's not just fighting. That's strategy at the highest level. Bellew makes it clear. Parker may bring energy and stamina, but Usyk has the power to control every tempo and every moment. And when you're fighting a man who dictates the fight itself, you're already at a disadvantage before the bell rings.
Who next?
Maybe it's Tyson Fury, Derek Chisora, and Anthony Joshua. Maybe Joseph Parker. I cannot now say. I wanna back home.
Finally, Usyk speaks, just a few words, but with maximum weight, I'm ready. And the boxing world believes him. He has never shied away from any challenge, from conquering cruiserweight to dethroning Anthony Joshua twice. For Usyk, ready means more than physical conditioning. It means tactical sharpness, mental strength, and spiritual calm. Parker might be younger and fresher, but readiness isn't about age or size. It's about mindset. And Usyk's composure under pressure has always set him apart. When he says he's ready, it's not just confidence, it's a warning.
These call-outs are so unique. I feel like it's going to fall on deaf ears.
Unfortunately, it will.
I appreciate the call-out.
I appreciate that. I remember he did it with Dylan White and Anthony Joshua last year. And every one of them, they just get better and better. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I will say this now, right? I would rather see Parker versus Usyk than Dubois versus Usyk. I'll say it now.
Really?
I don't think we'll get Parker versus Usyk, but I would rather see it.
While Usyk keeps it short, Ade Oladipo adds perspective. He respects Parker's bold callouts. From Joshua to White, and now Usyk, Parker hasn't hesitated to aim high. Fans appreciate that hunger. But Oladipo also points out the truth. Calling someone out is one thing, beating them is another. Parker's respectful style of challenging is refreshing, but it doesn't change the fact that Usyk holds the upper hand. And that's why we watch, because boxing always lives in that space between belief and reality.
We now know who holds the belts, who's the number one, and he's going to have to make his mandatories now. And his first mandatory is the WBO against Joe Parker. So Joe Parker will get his opportunity. That's BO basically said we've got to start negotiating with each other, and that's what we're doing. I'd love to put the fight on in the...
Frank Warren lays it out. This isn't just hype, it's business. Usyk holds the belts, and with that comes responsibility. The WBO has spoken, and Parker is next. This is Parker's golden ticket, the dream every fighter waits for. Warren also stirs the pot, suggesting the fight could land in the UK, Parker's adopted home. Imagine the energy if Usyk walked into a stadium full of British fans hoping for an upset. But history shows us something else. Usyk thrives in hostile territory. He silenced London against Joshua, and he'll do it again if he has to. When the bell rings, it's skill versus will, and Usyk has never failed in that arena.
Who's going to beat him? You know, who is that guy? I think the guy that deserves a shot next, by the way, is Joseph Parker. He's the guy that's been waiting, and I think the WBO have mandated that fight. So unless Oleksandr Usyk vacates the belt, he will have to fight Joseph Parker next. That'll be an interesting fight. That's probably his biggest challenge.
Spencer Oliver raises the question on everyone's mind. Who can beat Oleksandr Usyk? The answer isn't clear, but the next challenger is Parker. With the WBO mandate, Usyk can't avoid it. Oliver calls it as it is. Parker is Usyk's toughest available challenge right now. But toughest is relative. Usyk has already solved bigger riddles, neutralizing Joshua's power and shutting down Dubois' youth. If Parker really is the biggest test left, that says more about Usyk's dominance than Parker's chances.
I think anyone can beat him out there right now. I don't think anyone will ever beat him. I think he'll retire undefeated. I think he'll fight one more time, and that probably is possibly against Joseph.
Oliver doesn't hold back. He believes Usyk could retire undefeated. That's how dominant the Ukrainian champion has been. Every fight adds to his legacy, rewriting heavyweight history. Oliver even suggests Parker could be Usyk's final dance partner, the man to tempt him into one more fight. Parker has the hunger, but Usyk's adaptability and mastery make him seem untouchable. If this really is one of Usyk's last fights, then it's less about stopping him and more about witnessing greatness in its purest form. And so it all comes down to this: Usyk versus Parker. More than just a fight, it's a new chapter in heavyweight history. Usyk, the modern genius who has conquered every challenge. Parker, the respectful challenger who has rebuilt himself and earned his shot. The contrast makes it compelling. Usyk, the proven master of adaptation, against Parker, the quiet believer ready to shock the world. Victory for Usyk means cementing his place among the all-time greats. Victory for Parker would shake the entire sport to its core. So now the question goes to you. Who do you believe walks out victorious this December? Will Usyk's brilliance shine again, or can Parker's conviction finally break the unbreakable?